The summer 2024 transfer window is approaching its final moments, and clubs are rushing to stabilize their squads in preparation for the new season. With competition becoming increasingly fierce at this time, Manchester United is still not satisfied with their 4 new signings and is actively working to bring in an additional central midfielder, striker, or left-back, finances allow. Besides the story of acquiring stars, offloading players who no longer fit is also crucial. According to the latest information from the media, the duo of Scott McTominay and Christian Erikson are receiving many attractive offers from European clubs. Could this be a sign that the day of departure from Old Trafford is approaching for these 2 players? After completing 4 signings for defensive and striker positions, the Red Devils' top priority is to bring in a central midfielder to compete with Casemiro, who has seriously declined and can no longer guarantee his fitness to play at high intensity. Numerous targets have been identified, but it seems that everything now revolves around 2 names, Manuel Ugarte and Sander Berge. The Uruguayan international is the top priority, with his representative Jorge Mendes having arrived in England to work with Manchester United and Paris Saint-Germain to finalize a transfer agreement. The main issue remains the price, with the French club demanding €70 million, while the Old Trafford side will not pay more than €60 million for this case. PSG's recent completion of the signing of João Neves from Benfica further darkens Manuel Ugarte's future, and the club is considering selling players to raise funds for the remainder of the summer transfer window. Coach Luis Enrique recently shared his thoughts on the transfer situation with Metro, increasing the likelihood of Manchester United securing a deal for the midfielder born in 2001. There's still a possibility of a few new signings arriving and some people having to leave. It will be a challenge for us, but in terms of the number of players, I'm completely satisfied. The summer market always causes difficulties for clubs, but we have a quality squad. Last year, the team recruited many players, but in the past 6 months or a year, there haven't been many new signings. However, the upper management still has their own development plans, and I always trust in this process. If Manuel Ugarte becomes a new signing for the Red Devils in the near future, the club will proceed to sell players who no longer fit to reduce personnel and make room for another player to join the theater of dreams. This could be a striker or a left-back, depending on the situation. According to sources we've updated in recent days, Scott McTominay and Christian Erikson are on their way out of the club. In McTominay's case, he was initially contacted by West Ham, but the London representative has not made any specific offer, so the deal has been frozen for a long time. Meanwhile, West Ham's neighbour Fulham quickly sent Manchester United an offer worth £20 million. But the Old Trafford side quickly rejected it, as they won't listen to any offers below £30 million for the Scottish star. Just when it seemed this would be the end of speculation about the future of number 39 at the Theatre of Dreams, transfer expert Fabrizio Romano suddenly posted information suggesting that while Casemiro might stay at the club next season, Scott McTominay won't, as he has received many very attractive offers. Coach Erik ten Hag has also stated that he values the contribution the player born in 1996 has made to the team over time. But many experts believe this is a rather unpleasant price-raising move from Manchester United to force partners to pay a large sum if they want to have the 27-year-old recruit in their team. McTominay's contract runs until 2025. The Red Devils still have a clause to automatically extend it for another year. This is an advantage for the management to be confident in negotiations, as they are not forced to sell him this summer, but are ready to listen to the most reasonable offer. According to The Athletic, Napoli is trying to complete the signing of the Scottish midfielder this summer to strengthen their squad quality to compete fairly with Inter Milan, AC Milan, or Juventus next season. Scott McTominay also seems to be tempted by the prospect of playing in Serie A. The issue now lies in the transfer fee that the Diego Maradona Stadium team can offer, given that Antonio Conte is said to be very fond of having a player like the Scottish midfielder, and the management is trying to complete this deal before the new season begins. According to David Ornstein, the most reputable journalist for the Red Devils, the future of the 27-year-old player is still unclear. Although Erik ten Hag has praised his student's qualities during the US tour, the fact is that he is one of Manchester United's most saleable players at present, with the potential to bring in £25 to £30 million. Therefore, the club will still open negotiations about Scott McTominay's future in the coming time. The next player that the English media reports could leave the theatre of dreams is Christian Erikson. Like many other players, his contract will end after another year. And if they don't sell him this summer, Old Trafford will face the risk of losing the former Tottenham Hotspur star. However, Erikson's situation is much more difficult than the other players in the squad. Although he just had a pretty good Euro with the national team, with his fitness no longer maintained and his history of heart problems, clubs are somewhat more cautious about signing the midfielder born in 1992. That's why Manchester United is not too focused on the money issue in this deal, but mainly looking for a partner to conduct the transfer. According to sources, Anderlecht and Ajax Amsterdam are two clubs that want Christian Erikson's services this summer, but no club has made an official offer yet. Although many experts estimate that a figure of €5 to €10 million would quickly receive a nod from the Red Devils management. The Danish star himself has stated that he wants to stay at Old Trafford to compete for a starting position. But with his current fitness, it's difficult for Erikson to start regularly, and he's likely to be just a strategic substitute. However, Anderlecht has not made any specific moves, as they are still working with Erikson first. In addition, Sky Sports recently also posted information that the former Inter Milan star is attracting interest from some teams in the old continent, and they are ready to make offers to Manchester United in the near future. Thus, it is likely that the Danish tin soldier will be the next player to leave the club, process of force purification to take place smoothly. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano also confirmed that for just £5 million, Manchester United will let the midfielder born in 1992 go without asking for too much. Currently, although his income doesn't reach £200,000 a week, Erikson is still among the top 10 highest-paid players, the theatre of dreams, and freeing up some of the wage fund also helps the club beautify its books under the close attention of the Premier League, as well as UEFA. Although he still tries to contribute his best in every match and always maintains a professional attitude in daily life and training, the rules of elimination will not only be based on emotional factors, but decide everything because it needs to come from the professional perspective, as well as the contribution that the Danish star can bring to the team. 12 starts in the Premier League, along with constant injuries over the past year. Perhaps it's time we say goodbye to Christian Erikson after his extraordinary efforts to return to the top. After all, fans have never denied the contributions that Scott McTominay and Christian Erikson have made to Manchester United. But with both no longer meeting professional requirements or having regular playing opportunities, leaving to find a new destination is the most reasonable thing at this time, to make room for better quality new signings with longer-term contributions. The transfer market is gradually coming to an end, but the Red Devils still have a lot of work to do if they want to have a good enough force to compete for the top four, as well as continue to harvest trophies this season. The central midfield position will be the top priority, and who knows? When Manuel Ugarte or Sander Berge arrives, it may also be time to say goodbye to the duo of Scott McTominay and Christian Erikson.
Thank you for tuning into VR 360. We hope you enjoyed our latest updates and insights on all things Manchester United. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest news, match analysis, and exclusive content. Join our community of passionate Red Devils fans and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support helps us bring you the best coverage of our beloved team. Until next time, stay united and keep the red flag flying high.